Hey guys, it's Dark Architect 18 back here with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be doing the KMS Weimar review video. So first of all, we're going to be doing the commander, then the modifications, then the armor viewer, and then we'll be jumping straight into the gameplay. But before we do that, if you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. It lets me know you care. Anyways, back to the video. So first of all, we're going to do the commander. So we got Australian Hipper on the screen. So for skills, we got Ingenious, Full Speed Ahead, Punch Through, Fixated, and Refill Station. And then base traits Firewall. For the inspirations, we have Francesco Mimbelli. And then for the other inspirations, Victor F. Einstein. So this is a turret traverse / reload build. And this is also turret traverse / agility build with some accuracy to it, so keep that in mind. That's very important to note. Also for the mods, we have aiming systems mod 1 in the first slot. In the second slot we have steering gears mod 2, and then in the third slot we have steering gears mod 3. So these are the stats. So you can either run a sonar or a defensive AA fire. I've just been running sonar so far, so it's 3.8 kilometer for the torpedoes and detection of ships 5.4. So really good sonar for the Weimar or the Weimar. And then it's got also a catapult fighter. And then these were like the boosters that I was running for those. So, yep. Then these are the stats. We'll talk about them more in the gameplay, but I just want to show you how they lay out for that. And then here's the armor. So it can bounce 203s, bounce 14 inch. On the very bottom it can bounce 16 inch, and then it's cruiser grade. So let's kind of look at it really quick. So Citadel is, I think it's a bit below the waterline. Yeah, it's a bit below the waterline. Most of it anyways. Let's see. Yeah, so 20. So we have that, and then there's also the end armor parts, deck 16. So good things to keep in mind. So it's pretty well armored. I can go up against 15 inch easily, typically. 16 not so much. So that's the main point of this. And yeah, we'll be getting to the gameplay relatively shortly. Okay, so we have a battle on Sea of Fortune today. It's domination mode. So I'm going to go over the stats for the Weimar. So we got 32,000 HP for the Weimar, survivability of 42 rating, 13 to 150 millimeters of armor, 10% torpedo reduction. For the artillery, we have 49 rating, 4x3, 150 millimeter, 15.7 kilometer firing range, 4.7 second reload time, 18.3 second 180 turn time, 1700 max HE shell damage, 8% fire setting chance, 39-38 max AP damage. For the secondaries, we got 4x2, 105 millimeter, 5.2 kilometer firing range, 3.3 second reload time, 1200 max HE shell damage, 5% fire setting chance. For the torpedoes, we have a 28 rating, 4x3, 533 millimeter, 68 second reload time, 6 second 180 turn time for the torpedoes, 13,700 max damage. That's pretty standard for German torps. 1.3 kilometer torpedo detectability by sea, 6 kilometer torp speed, 6 kilometer torp range, 64 knot torp speed. Those numbers, the 6 kilometer torp range and the 64 knot torp speed, are pretty darn standard for the Germans across the boards for cruisers and battleships for their torpedoes. AA defense 55 rating, 4x1, 20 millimeter, 12 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 8x2, 20 millimeter, 34 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, 4x4, 20 millimeter, 24 average damage per second, 2 kilometer firing range, and then 6x1, 40 millimeter, 45 average damage per second, 3.5 kilometer firing range. Maneuverability 73 rating with a 33.2 max speed, 650 meter turning circle radius, 3.5 second rudder shift time. Concealment, we have a 55 rating. So it's 12.4 kilometer detectability by sea, 15.2 kilometer detectability firing a main gun, 14.4 kilometer detectability when ship is on fire, 7.8 kilometer detectability of ship by air, and then 10.8 kilometer detectability when ship is on fire. Guaranteed detectability is 2 kilometers, and detectability while firing in smoke with the Weimar, the Weimar, whichever way you want to call it, is 6.4 kilometers. Then with the Yorck, we're going to compare it, so it's going to be very similar. So survivability rating 42, 32,600 HP, so 600 more HP compared to the Weimar or the Weimar. Then 13 to 180 millimeters of armor, 10% torpedo damage reduction, so same torpedo damage reduction. 30 millimeters more armor for the Yorck compared to the Weimar. Artillery rating 62 rating, 4x2, 210 millimeter, 15.2 kilometer firing range, 12 second reload, 26.5 second 180 turn time, 2900 max HE shell damage, 12% fire setting chance, 57 34 max AP shell damage, 4x2 105 millimeter, 4x7 or 4.7 kilometer firing range, 3.3 second reload time, 1200 max HE shell damage, 5% fire setting chance, Torps 28 rating, 4x3 533 millimeters, 69 second reload time. So Torps are the same. AA defense is 55 rating, so same AA. Maneuverability 39.9 knot max speed, 650 meter turning circle radius, 5.4 second rudder shift time. Concealment's the same. So with all that in mind, I think for my Yorck build, I'm running Gunther Luchens. So with a slightly different build, so speed with AP kind of build with reload. In this build, I am running on the Weimar is a reload and turret traverse build. So keep that in mind. Although the stats are pretty close, more or less, the Yorck has a little bit more better armor. It has 600 more HP than the Weimar. So they're pretty much the same, and their firing range. The Yorck has 0.5 kilometers less firing range compared to the Weimar, that the build that I currently have on it. So it's pretty much neck and neck for the stats. I really like both ships. The Yorck really excels with the AP, and the AP has really good penetration for its tier, at least against cruisers, and it can do like up to 5k of AP damage against battleships, maybe 6k. So the Yorck's got 210 millimeter guns, and I think the Weimar has what does it have? 150 millimeters. So okay, so that's the difference. Yorck is more of a heavy cruiser. The Weimar is more of a light cruiser with a lot of damage or a DPM output. So that's why I have a lower reload, obviously, for the Weimar compared to the Yorck, because the Yorck's like 12 seconds, not 17. That's pretty long for a reload for a German cruiser if it was that long. So yeah, there's that. I've just kind of been circling around with the map and just setting fires on the champagne, setting fires on whoever I can, moving around, varying my speed. And you'll notice that I basically kind of went around in a circle around C. So I started at B or cap D, and I moved up towards C, and then I kind of did a whole 360. And then I'm just moving back up to get back into range so that I can get some more damage for this game, because I know it was kind of like we got 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes. We're up 130 points. We got 3 caps. They got 0. Up to 58,000 damage, 3 fires, 100 and something odd hits. And I've just been mainly using HE. I think in the next minute or so I'll be using AP. But really, mostly want to use HE. But if the situation dictates, like against a cruiser in their broadside, then use AP. Because AP is very good on this. Even though they're 150 millimeter guns, it really doesn't matter. It just makes that much more sense to do that. So I also just really been enjoying the ship overall. It's a fun ship. You got really good reload. You got torps. You can really do everything with this ship. So I'm going to take out this champagne, Arsonist. So good stuff. And there was only, I think, 6 fires. So that's pretty, excuse me, pretty good, overall. But yeah, also that cough that I have it's just allergies. So, nothing serious. So if anyone's wondering, but it's allergy season and it's the fall. But hopefully everyone appreciates the video I put up for the Weimar. Leave a comment down below telling me what you think about the Weimar or the Weimar, whatever you want to call it. I definitely suggest it to anyone that wants to get it and has the money to shell out for it. I do believe it is a bit strong in the meta right now, but I think Wargaming kind of needs to maybe tone it down a bit with the HE or something. So that'll probably be in the future updates or something. But overall, pretty satisfied with it. Just keep getting better and better with it. Gives you a good outlook for that. Definitely appreciate everyone's time. And thank you for tuning in. And more World of Warships coming. World of Warships Legends coming all the time. And thank you. Peace. Subscribe to the channel. It lets me know you care. I definitely appreciate everyone's time and opinions that you're giving me down in the comments. And yeah, so this is Dark Architect 18. I am out. Thanks. Hope everyone has a good day. Peace and bye.
Yes, it's a draw.